Hey guys, it is SansCorpsTarot, and it has been a hot sec since I've seen you. It's been, I think, almost like a year and a half since I've last posted. Admittedly, I did make a video before then. I think I made a video like last October, but I never finished this, and so I never uploaded it. So I've tried to come back, but it just hadn't really felt right. A lot of things had really gone on in my life and the lives of those around me. So, and I started a master's program last year that I now am thankfully like close to finishing. So I've felt sort of inspired recently to come back and make more content for you guys. And so here actually the three groups that I'm going to have you guys choose between are three like homemade earrings of mine. So one of the things that I've been up to this past year and a half, well, this has been very recently, like in the past couple months, has been jewelry making. I did like a class in it when I was in high school. I really enjoyed it. And now here I am doing it as an adult, just for fun though. But these are actually for sale on my Depop, which will be linked in the description. So if you like any of them, you can buy them for like $10 or something. So group one, this is your earring. And you can see I'm doing, a very different setup now. Here's my cat Howie. He's a cutie patootie. And I wanted just more of like a very easy, very easy setup. He's very playful and he has three legs. Stop, Howie. Okay. And then this is group two. This is your earring group two. And this is group three. Oh my god, I totally didn't even say what this reading was about. Okay, I think I'm gonna put in the title, but this reading, for those of you who want to hear me say it out loud, is going to be what the beings of unconditional love want to say to you. The beings of unconditional love that are around you, like whatever that means to you, if that's God, if that's your like guardian angels, spirit guides, past on ancestors, whatever, what they want to say to you right now, because I was inspired to come back, but with like a just very wholesome message, vague as well though, like I didn't have something very specific in mind. So I hope that this helps sort of tap me back into the energy of the collective that I now have, because I know that I've gained and lost some followers in the past year and a half. So I want to sort of reconnect with you guys and all of your energy. So how he's so cute. Okay, so here are three groups. So let's get started with group number one, these earrings. So these earrings. So group number one, the card that I pulled for you, I connected each of these group of earrings or each of these pairs of earrings to a specific card, and the card that I pulled for you guys is the Swan card. And so I chose these earrings to sort of go along with them, because these earrings I had been thinking were like, it's kind of like a ballerina vibe, like Cinderella ballerina type vibe. And so when I pulled the Swan, it just sort of went around with that, or went along with that. And so for the Swan, okay, so the sorry, I'm like looking at this like insane glare. Wow, no, I think you guys can see that too. I was gonna say, is that in my glasses? Like, does anyone see that? It's like a squiggly like worm type thing. But anyway, so I pulled the Swan for you. So I want to say, embody your gracefulness, your ballerina-esque. And I was gonna say that, and right as I was gonna say that, I noticed how this card has a black upside down triangle on it. I don't know why I assumed it was upside down, but that's just how it's sort of oriented to me. And so each of these cards that I pulled have sort of like a different type of symbol on the top. So I'll show you like the other groups, for example. So one other group had that symbol on top. The other group had that symbol on top. But so you guys got the black upside down triangle, and so that message compared or like merged with the message of like embodying your like graceful ballerina self. I'm getting that you do want to be this sort of like dichotomy that you want to be able to see. I'm getting, you know, someone with clear boundaries who is graceful in those clear boundaries, but also very vocal in them. So for example, if there's like someone at work or something that's like just really stepping on your toes, like this message is telling me to not just let them step on your toes, but also don't be so harsh in retaliation to them. More so just like very mature, responsibly put them in their place and sort of take a step back, take the higher road, and sort of say respectfully, sorry, this is actually my project. I don't want you intervening, or if I could do it this way instead because this is something I had decided on before. Just sort of making your boundaries very clear and obvious, but in a respectful, mature way. But you know, with the black upside down triangle, it really feels very, very cutting to me. And so honestly, when I first saw it, I was like, okay, maybe some of you guys right now are feeling you are acting very like angry, very retaliatory. Is that a word? I don't know. And I want to say, okay, it may not even be that you're acting that way, but it may be that you're trying to suppress those feelings so much that they're sort of like bottling up inside you. I see like the triangles upside down, like going into the swan's like head, basically. So it feels like these emotions are sort of stirring inside of you, and it feels like you just sort of maybe keep pleasing someone or a situation in some way that is really just making you, it's putting a sour taste in your mouth, and then you're not doing anything to get rid of it, so it's just rotting and rotting and eventually, you know, you may not be able to so gracefully navigate those feelings. And so that's why you are being called to sort of stand a little taller and speak a little stronger in support of yourself. Let's pull some other cards. I have some other like oracle cards that I did not shuffle beforehand, which I usually do, but it's very spur of the moment. I'm doing this reading, so I'm really trusting that the things that are meant to come to me will come to me. So this is mantra, medicine, command, song, incantation, containment. Yes. So I'm feeling like contain as in like channel your frustration, but also your like determination in this situation. Like maybe this is even something like you applied for a job, but you didn't apply with that much like gusto. Like you didn't try to put your all into the cover letter or your all into the resume because you were like, you know, if it'll happen, it'll happen. But you know, you're called to not be so nonchalant, not be so hands-off, be way more hands-on. Command, song, incantation, like command what you want. You can get this thing that is meant for you, but also like for a lot of you it may not even be that deep. Like maybe for some of you this thing that you're trying to get is like a promotion, or maybe for some of you guys it's just literally like a project at work that you really want to do your way, and you just have someone here like stepping on your toes about it. you're being called to just stand strong in what you want, because it can be yours if you command it. And, you know, song, incantation. So a song to me almost goes along with incantation, where it's like, you know, song to me is like the graceful, because you can have a song that is an incantation. It is like a ritual or a spell or something. And so, but the songs, it almost adds like a graceful aspect to it. So once again, you're also being like called to maybe take a step back and ensure that like whatever energy you have towards this is genuine, and is like you're only coming at it with very self-aware feelings. So making sure that this isn't just you wanting to do your project your way because you really dislike that one coworker, so you just really don't want to do it their way. This is no, like you want to genuinely do the project this way because like that's how you feel called to do it. That's how you were going to do it before. You don't see any reason logically to change the way that you were doing it. Or, you know, this is, you don't want to get into this program because it's really prestigious and it's maybe it gives you a bunch of money, but you want to get into this program because it really, maybe it is prestigious, but it also just, that means it will allow you to have a rigorous education to pursue your like dream career. So yeah. That's where I'm going to leave it with you guys, pile number 1. I hope that you found this message informative. Please let me know your thoughts, especially if you guys were someone here before, like the year ago when my channel was way more active. And, you know, if you're returning in that sense, you know, let me know how you feel about these new readings. I want to be a lot more sort of guidance message based. So, yeah. Okay, bye number 1. Hey, pile number 2, if you guys chose these earrings, they are for sale. And also, this group is for you. So, the card I had chosen for you guys is Raccoon. And so, for each of these pairs of earrings, I had sort of intuitively pulled cards. Well, okay, so the first thing I did before starting this reading was intuitively pull cards for each of the groups, each 3 of the groups, and then after that, based on the cards, I chose a pair of earrings to go along with them. And so your group, Raccoons, you had this earring, which is the only earring in this set that has an evil eye. And this is something that I actually just added to this earring like 2 days ago or something. So before, I had this pair of earrings that I had made, and I had it just basically up until that black bead at the bottom. And then I found these evil eye beads, and I had already felt like this earring needed something more to it, and so I added on the bead. And I felt that it's like, it adds some nice like additional color, and also it adds an element of spirituality to it, which I always appreciate. And so yeah, you guys are the Raccoon. And so I know this is like, probably none of you guys will be able to relate to this story, but so the Raccoon is very like symbolic, I guess, in like a personal or inside joke sense or sort of way with my family, because my youngest sister actually used to have these like bizarre nightmares of seeing a raccoon that was outside and like waiting to attack her or something, or she had nightmares just about a raccoon. And then we also had one of those like wooden faces that you put on trees as decorations. I know it sounds really weird, but like some people's grandparents may have it. I know my grandparents had it. But so it was like literally like a little face, like just, you know how people put like antlers and a nose on a car to make it look like a reindeer during the holidays. I guess it's like a similar sort of vibe where it's like just a wooden like face that people put on trees, just to make it I don't know, just to make it look like the tree has a face. I don't know why, but so my sister, I remember she was having these nightmares of this raccoon, and she was also getting terrified of like going outside because she would see the face on the tree that we had out front, and she like was terrified that it was a raccoon. And so basically what this card was telling to me, the message that is here, is that there is something that you are like deeply afraid of, something that is really insidious and intimidating to you right now. That, yeah, maybe it is something creepy. Maybe it is something creepy and weird, like a face on a tree that like doesn't make sense. Like maybe there is like a weird kid at school who keeps staring at you and you're like, God, what's their problem? Are they gonna like beat me up or something? Like, but like the threat isn't really there. Like, yeah, maybe there's some weird energy, like maybe give yourself some safe distance from that kid. Maybe make sure that you like sit on the other side of the classroom from him or something if his staring is like weird or makes you uncomfortable. But I'm getting that the threat is not there really, you know, especially if you see the triangle. So I mentioned this in pile one, each of the cards in this deck have like a little version of a triangle on the top. And so pile one's was an upside down triangle. It didn't have that line, but it was filled in and it was black. Because the card's background behind it was white. But you guys, the card's background behind it is was that right? I don't know. But for you guys, the card's background is black and it looks like it's like a hollow triangle, which tells me like a hollow triangle with this like sword type skewer thing through it. So it's telling me that it's not such a big threat. But let's get some more. Let's get another card about it though, because like, you know, my sister was very scared and this was like this was years ago, decades ago, and this is still something that like my family references to this day when we think about raccoons. So it was a big deal. Okay, closing circle, pure intent, sacred doors, timing, experience. Okay, so I think that maybe this was something that so maybe this was something that has been sort of in the periphery for a while, maybe something that's been making you nervous for a while. Maybe it's like, I don't know, like a looming grades or yeah, like a creepy guy, or maybe like a job that you're at that's like doesn't have that much security. Like maybe it's like a retail job where the hours aren't that great, or you know, one of the you work in one of the stores that are like closing down now, or closing down all of their like real stores like Bed Bath and Beyond or Macy's or something. Not to laugh, oh my gosh, it's not good, but just something like that where you've sort of just been in like a drawn out period of like being on edge, and I do feel like it's going to come to an end soon, whether that be you pull the plug on it or it pulls the plug on you, or it has a peaceful revolution or resolution. I feel like no matter what this thing is though, it doesn't have the best energy. Like, it's, even if it were to turn out the way that you right now would hope it turns out, I feel like in the long run it would drain you. So like, if this is, maybe you're like at a shitty job that you hate but you've been working so hard for a promotion, maybe this is you like slaving away and you like do finally get that promotion and you were like terrified that you weren't gonna get it and you were gonna like do all of this work and not even get this shitty promotion that's like not even that great, but it's like better than your current job. And then you do get this promotion and then you're like, oh wow, this like really still is not that great, you know. This is This is the vibe of something like, this is a door, this is a circle that is meant to be and sort of naturally wants to be closed. It may be a difficult, strenuous, drawn out process closing it. Maybe you've been at this job for a long time. Maybe you have some like personal connections, family connections to it. Maybe this is you going on a career path that you absolutely hate, and eventually you realize like it's just taking too much out of you. This is just, I feel like if you picked the raccoon, I feel like you're probably in the middle to end of a cycle that has been just ultimately not worth it. But I don't want that to sound like super defeating, because I do feel like it's showing you like very, very important things about yourself, and it'll teach you some very important lessons about sort of what you're going to look for in the future because of what you decided to leave behind in the past. So it's not like this is going to be for nothing, but it's just this situation, whatever it is not, it's not meant to stay with you forever. But it also is supposed to sort of naturally run its course. So I do suspect that some of you listening to this, like whatever you have an inkling this situation is about that I'm referring to, I'm sure that a lot of you probably aren't going to detach from it right away, and that's perfectly fine and valid, because this is an experience that's meant to have like a path in your life. So it's a course that's supposed to be run like for a finite period of time, that is, but you know, it's okay if that finite period of time isn't over quite yet. You're allowed to still, if you still have lingering feelings, lingering hopes, lingering questions about something, I'm not telling you to let go prematurely, but I'm just maybe, you know, warming you up for anticipating its absence in the future. But so that's what I have for you guys, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was informative. Please comment what you guys thought below, because yeah, I haven't done this in a while, so really interested to see you guys, like what you guys just have to say about it. So yeah, bye guys. Oops. Gotta find pile number 3's card, because I do not see it right now. Nice. Oh my god, I'm like sitting on the ground like a child and I lost a card. Where could it be? Sorry for the delay, guys. I know this is too much. Oh my god, it was just sitting right on top of my laptop, and I straight up just didn't see it because it blended into my laptop's like multicolor stickers. So silly. Okay, hi guys, if you guys chose these earrings or pile number 3, this will be for you. So guys, before I started this reading, I had pulled 3 cards from is it called the Wild Unknown tarot deck? I think it is. And so the card that I picked for you guys was Fire Ant. Like, look at that. Isn't that crazy? I had no idea this was one of the cards. So this wasn't a deck that I had really explored much personally before this reading. I mean, even now that this reading is occurring, I still have not really seen much of this deck except for these 3 cards I've pulled for your groups. But so this was a deck that I've seen other readers use, and I always like really enjoyed seeing it in their videos. I felt like it was a really cool deck, and so when I went to a store and tried to find it, and I could only find the mini version, and I was like, okay, it's good enough, cheaper, and kind of cuter. And so I don't know if this version is different, or if maybe I just hadn't ever seen this card, but I didn't even know that this was a card in this deck, Fire Ant. It's also so specific because it's like, or it's so different because it's not like one animal, it's like a bunch of fire ants in this picture, but it's just like the card is Fire Ant singular, but I mean, it's like, I mean, community and groups and other people is like, I feel like the central focus, or the of like central importance for me with this card, just because it like, it literally made me say like, oh my god, out loud when I saw it, because I did not know it was one of the cards, and it just felt very powerful. This group feels very powerful to me, and that's why I chose these earrings for you guys, because these earrings, I don't think they're in the right order at all, but they sort of remind me of like the chakra colors, like the chakra colors. It just feels like a very like, this feels like a very spiritual earring to me, even though it doesn't have anything like outright explicitly spiritual, I guess, about it. I just think that the mix of colors is sort of like, yeah, just very symbolic of the cohesion of all of the, between all of the chakras, and like a well-aligned human being. But so that's why I chose those earrings for your group. Look at how cute Howie is. He's so cute. He's so cute. Look at him. He's so cute. Okay, but he's literally so cute. That's so sad. He was looking so cute. He still is looking so cute, but he was looking this cute for so long, and I'm so sad that the camera was just like barely not able to see his face. Okay, but so you guys, for the Fire Ant, I'm feeling like, so first of all, you guys are the only group that had the triangle at the top being upright, and so each of the groups have triangles on the tops, each of the cards, and so this one is upright and it's white, so to me it looks hollow. I mean, so to me it looks hollow, but also the background in this looks white, so it also looks like it's, you know, full of the background. So that again is telling me the community, the place in which you find yourself is going to be really important at this time. It is really important at this time. Connecting to them, connecting to the people around you, the spaces around you, the resources around you. It feels like, I want to get more clarification on this, because it does just feel like you're capable of doing something very powerful right now. You are doing something very powerful right now, and it has something to do with your community. So I'm going to pull some additional oracle cards, probably just one additional oracle card, but I don't know, because so your card is still kind of like, it's all I can really say right now is that it's a powerful message, because I'm still sort of trying to, I guess, tune into what exactly that message is. Okay, but these 2 cards just flew out. Okay, so we have Bridget and Mantra Medicine. So Mantra Medicine's interesting because this came out in group number 1. Group number 1, they were called to sort of, you know, sort of stand up for what they want in a situation in a very graceful way. And for you guys, though, I feel like it's just sort of, it's a different situation sort of entirely for you guys. I feel like there's something that you're trying to achieve, like something big probably that you're trying to achieve. And I don't think that it's like, and I don't think it's something that can be boiled down to like a definitive like one object or a definitive like time frame. Like this isn't like you want to this isn't like, oh, I have an idea of like opening up a store here or like in my community. This is like, I have an idea of like starting this like nonprofit organization to benefit these people, these marginalized people in my community. And it's like a burgeoning big idea of yours. I mean, and it could be like a shop, but it would be something like, you know, like a zero waste store or something. It wouldn't just be like a store for the sake of like, you know, getting inventory and selling it. It would be a store with a very like community based purpose. And so you have 25 and 17. That's so interesting. So I was born on the 17th and I am going to be 25 the 17th of December. So maybe this is my group. But so with Bridget, Psychic Flame 33, Sacred Milk, Druid Magic, it's telling me this is sort of like, this is like, look at the orange in her hair. This is the same sort of power and like passion and I want to say like fury, but it's not anger, but maybe it is anger at like maybe like the inequality of the world, or how maybe there's a specific like person or group in your community or someone that you know of that you just feel like so inexplicably terrible about. Like, you know, maybe this is you volunteering with kids in the hospital and you just are struck with how upsetting the situation is and how little they deserve it. And so now you're sort of deciding to like maybe make a career out of helping them, or maybe just make like a side hustle like nonprofit, or like maybe just a small business to help them, or just maybe even just, you know, you've decided to really volunteer consistently with a specific group in your community because you feel so strongly about the support that they deserve. And so I feel like this is just talking about like whatever what you're getting the passion for right now it's not going to stop in the near future. It's not going to be something that is finite. It is going to be ongoing. It's going to be something that grows your community and your sort of like circle of people around you. But it's going to, sorry, I was just making sure that this is literally still recording. But it also is going to just it's going to grow the community and progress the world in the way that you're dreaming about it progressing right now. Like I feel like you're going to have a direct impact in helping whatever sort of fanciful dreams you have right now come into fruition. And I do feel like this is regarding some honestly like big lofty goal, like you like wanting to help homeless people, you wanting to help, you know, at-risk kids or people with disabilities or stray cats or rescue animals. This is you putting one foot in front of the other, making one small step that cascades into a bunch of other smaller steps to make it, you know, a huge, oh look, he's dreaming. Ooh, you good, Hallie? But to make it I mean, like an avalanche sort of effect. It snowballs so that all of your actions, you know, maybe you'll spend years volunteering with these same people, and then you'll find yourself suddenly in a completely, like, you know, maybe you were an accountant for years, but you were always volunteering with homeless people, and suddenly you realize, oh, you had years of like quality experience supporting these individuals. You can make the career shift into supporting these people like permanently, because you would have, eventually realized that with time you gained all of this experience. You grew this community so much without almost even realizing it. And so I do feel like this message is about like almost like keep dreaming, because you do have the passion and the fire to make it real. And yeah, you can't make it real overnight, but you can do one step, one small step each day that will get you closer. Maybe not so much closer, but eventually years will go by. Those years will go by anyway. And so if you take one little step each day, in a few years, you'll be very far gone. So, with Howie's little stretch, I'm gonna say that is it for you guys, pile number 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, please comment. Tell me what you thought, especially if you guys are returning viewers, because I know it's been a hot sec since I posted. So, yeah. Bye, guys.